My name is Dianne, and I play a character called Clarice in The Sisters Ugly, and she is one of the ugly sisters from the Cinderella story. Okay. And I was the writer on it, and the director is a lady named Unida Cowan.
Oh, there will still be a ball, dear girls, there will still be a ball. Just not in that dress, and not in those shoes. Mother then marched us upstairs and insisted that we get dressed into something more appropriate. I think she wanted us to...
It's about basically the Ugly Sisters story, the background. I always find that it's very interesting to hear from the sort of villains, and I always find that the Ugly Sisters are quite, especially as they're portrayed in pantomime, the clowns, and especially nowadays. The evil stepmother is more sort of evil, and the girls are just silly. But they're also quite sort of cool, but they've also got a background, and I just was very eager to hear what their background was. The reason why I wrote this play is because I'd already done a show called Rose Red, and I've been doing Rose Red for a couple of years now, and it's the story of the evil stepmother from Snow White. As a sequel, a lot of people are like going, what other fairy tales are you going to tackle now, like maybe the big one, Cinderella? So I just decided, yeah, no, it's about time to tackle the two sisters. But it's just from the one sister's perspective, and she speaks about the other sister. And it is all about literally family and the bonds that we have, and we don't hold those nearest to us. We sort of take them for granted a little bit. So it's basically about the siblings and their relationship.
I would have to get that other shoe from Cinderella in the morning. As it was, Mother was going to lock her up in the attic. While the prince and his party were here, she was dead angry that she'd stolen the dress and the shoes. We went over the plan again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hi!
I think that they're very interesting characters. When I was writing it, it was hard to actually think, where did they come from? Like, what was their background? And I think that they are very naive. And you get those people that are just completely naive and completely unaware of what is going. I think their biggest fault was selfishness and literally just in and not kind of aware of actually what was going on. And you get those people that are just completely and utterly unaware, and that's the sort of angle I've taken with this, with a bit of silliness, but also completely unaware of how much of a clown they are making of themselves. There's always two sides, and in the show I do wear like half one side, half the other side. And that basically is indicative of the two sisters, but it's indicative of seeing another side of the story. It's literally just, it's as simple as that, is just see their side, and suddenly when you know somebody else's side, they become a human. And I've never found that the sisters, the way that they've been portrayed before, I've never known why are they like they are. And I mean, you know, and I wanted to just explore that. So hopefully I have steered away from it, but you can't help but bring the stereotype in because that's what people relate to. But this one specifically is about siblings, and it's about them. And hopefully people will get a little bit of a look into their lives and where they maybe came from. Because once you know where somebody is coming from, they may be a complete, excuse my language, but bitch. And then you know the circumstances behind that. You suddenly become a bit more understanding, and I think that is something that we as a society need to do more of, is find out where someone's coming from rather than judge.